All right, so let's get through it. I got a lot of work to do today, guys. We all do. It's 1:47. It's 11:47. Ready? Let's get it. Woo! Hey, we recording, KP?
Let's go.
Make some noise, y'all. Episode number 15. My goodness. In case you missed it, this is of course, our behind-the-scenes look at what's going on in real estate, what's going on at KASE, what's going on in your lives. Yep. And let's dig deep. Let's give everybody an inspiring message about the state of real estate right now and what's going on. So, I'm one of the hosts, Keven Stirdivant, aka Kevion.
Justin Lee.
Eli Stirdivant.
Let's go, y'all. Let's make it happen.
Let's go.
So, why don't we simply start off with just the general state of things and what November 6th is all about. So, I'm going to share just kind of some of my thoughts about what this time is and what a positive thing to do right here, right now. Of course, this is all sponsored by Project Mindset. Yeah. Right? And what we want to most importantly impress upon people is the opportunity that they have to live life at the highest level, period. Mm-hmm. So I think about the fact that today is my second son, Eli's younger brother's birthday. And I've been going through a lot of nostalgia over this last 24 hours. Like, I go on Facebook for one thing and one thing only.
Old posts.
Yeah, I'm an old soul here, and I use old soul apps too. So I go on Facebook to look up the memories section. Dude, this post. First of all, happy birthday to Kaizen. But I found this post from yesterday, November 5th, 2009. And it was a post I did on Facebook about congratulating this teacher that I just handed keys to an ocean view home.
Oh, wow.
In Laguna Beach for $575,000. Wow.
Oceanfront?
Ocean View.
Ocean View.
It was at the top of Nice, which is crazy because I just sold the house on Nice for $8.3 million. Yeah. And that post really brought up a lot for me. One, it brought up just first and foremost the reality of the market. Like I said in the post, it's more about time in the market than it is about timing the market. Yep. And when I think about that time, I think about for me, so there's like multiple messages in what I read last night. The first message comes from a place of just like what I was going through personally at that time. Mm-hmm. Dude, Kaizen was about to be 2 years old. 2 years old? No, I'm sorry. He was about to be one. Because, he was born in 2008. Kaizen was about to be one. And we were so broke in 2009. It was not even funny. 2009 was my first year back in real estate. I left in 2007 and 2008, and I had a business that totally flopped. And so anyways, March 2009 was the first time I stepped back in and I sold a house after being out for about 18 months. My first house I sold was $330,000. And then I sold a house for $400 and $180. Like I was literally selling homes for $180,000. Wow. The MLS does not lie. Yeah. Look your boy up in the MLS. I bought cars for more than the price of homes that I was selling for. And I was just brought back to how much that sale meant to me. Mm-hmm. The listing agent was a guy named Darren McClellan, who was a homie of mine, who is now an incredible mortgage dude. I remember like prepping the whole offer, hand delivering him this offer. I lived in Glendora at the time, and just like how much that meant to me to do that deal. So I say this message for entrepreneurs out there, to agents out there, like, give yourself time. Yeah. I was so broke. I'm not kidding. When I was going through that deal, the most amount of money I had in that season in my bank account at one time was maybe $5,000. And our bills were $6,000-$7,000 a month. Right? We were all sharing a 1-bedroom apartment at that time. Yeah. And just barely scraping by. So I say that this whole time in the market always beats timing the market. I say that for yourself. Whether your market is fashion, whether your market is real estate, whether your market is food, like your own personal time in the market. This is not just relevant to real estate ownership. Whatever the heck market you're in, time in that market, in that skill set, in that craft is always going to beat trying to time the moment.
Right.
You know what I mean? And at the same time, when I think about that teacher that made that investment, it was difficult. The interest rate sucked. There was all kinds of issues with the house. It was a short sale. There was a lack of disclosures available. Like, it was very challenging to make that deal work, but he made it work. Shout out to Matt Sheridan, who even gave me a shot. I posted the video because we've been on our content creating game for a hot minute.
Yeah.
So I posted the video as well about that. If anybody wants to see it, it was kind of cool to go back and see our old content. But think about how he is. He was a teacher. I don't think he was earning six figures at that time, and he found a way to pull it together to buy a home with FHA financing, FHA financing at that time, which still today is like 3% down.
Wow, yeah.
His total cost of closing and everything, I think it was probably less than $30,000 to buy that house.
Wow.
Out of pocket.
It's crazy.
And then his payment, let me see, it's typically around $700 for every $100,000 you borrow, right? $700 for every $100,000 you borrow. You borrow $1 million, it's typically around 7 G's. With the rates now, probably more than that. But his payment, I remember it was like $3,500 a month or something.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So he made that payment. He's been making that payment, and now that house is worth over $2 million.
He's still there?
He's still there.
That's cool.
What up, Matt? You want to sell that thing? Never sell that.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of my clients holding on to properties for as long
absolutely.
as they possibly can.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's my message for the peoples today is like time in the market always beats timing the market. It's going to be challenging if it's going to be rewarding, so stick with it and stay focused and just, I think if you're doing something that you love to do, then just keep going.
Yeah.
Because what the hell are you rushing for?
Mm-hmm.
KP came over on Saturday and we were having this conversation that was really rad. We were like, all right, bro, let's step out of this thing, right? Let's go to a bird's eye view and let's look at our life with all of our goals and dreams that we currently have already being achieved. Let's say your house is paid off, your parents' house is paid off, your sister's house is paid off, my house is paid off. My mom, both my parents, my brother and sister, they all have cribs. Let's just say that. Let's say KASE is at this crazy place and everybody's doing all these amazing things. Well, then what? Then what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Let's just say, what are we going to do?
Keep going.
We're going to be doing the exact same thing. We're going to be here recording this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the difference of, I think, what we would be doing is that we would be focusing on more ways to help people. And so I think something to think about in these times, November, December, is to recognize that once you achieve all of your goals, I think if you're a rad human being, the thing you're going to look at next is, well, how can I help people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where we're going to bring up the toy drive in just a little bit here. But what's popping for you guys in this first week, November 6th?
Crazy. It's only been 1 week into November.
It
feels like a lot has happened
I
already.
saw a post yesterday that somebody did a post yesterday and says, damn, it feels 14 p.m.
Dude, for real though.
It's late.
Yeah, it feels like a lot's going on.
Yeah, I think with how busy we're trying to be, on top of how busy the year just naturally is, it feels like, there's just nonstop stuff happening. Yeah. So, which is cool.
Yeah,
like a
great.
lot of really awesome things.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. I wanted to kind of touch on what you were just saying though about how time in the market is really important. Right. I just got off the call with this client of ours. He was kind of asking, about buying, wants to wait. Maybe we should wait it out for the rates. And I was like, look, like you can absolutely do that. At the end of the day, do what's best for your family. But my job is to educate you on your options and what could be best for you. So I let him know, like, yes, interest rates are high, but do you know how many more buyers enter the market every 1% interest rates drop? It's like around 1 million.
Yeah.
So that many buyers on top of an area like Orange County, where there's limited product and it's a unique buyer pool that's always hungry. If you have an opportunity to buy something, which there are, if you are with educated people that can tell you about a 2-1 buy down,
right,
or seller financing, or even just biting the bullet and buying something now because it's what's best for you and your family. That can pay off as a massive investment later on, because you can wait and then compete and then pay more, and you have whatever interest rate you're getting.
There are deals right now.
There are deals to be made. You just have to. I think people are focusing too much on trying to work around the market. Timing the market, like what you're saying. But I've really enjoyed like kind of getting educated on, okay, if the market is challenging in terms of being a buyer, I guess it would be challenging too as a seller, but as a buyer, that's what people are focused on.
Yeah.
How can you keep your goals rather than shifting around the circumstance?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I want to buy before the end of the year. Okay, oh, well, I can't because blah, blah, blah. Well, no. Think about your options.
Yeah.
Like, can I do a 2-1 buy down? Can I do seller financing? Can I maybe look at, going in on an LLC with multiple people for an investment property? Yeah. So I wanted to kind of like touch on the options that.
Well, what I really took from that is have some damn goals.
Have some goals and be creative.
Well, because in this situation, in a state of where people get in a frantic, fear-based scenario with the market or whatever it may be, or like we were supposed to have these two people talk about this whole $1.8 billion commission thing. It's getting pushed to next week. But I've had so many people, real estate agents, message me about this thing who are in a state of fear. So you have real estate agents who are in a state of fear and pausing. You have buyers who are in a state of pausing. And if you're in a state of fear, then you got to do what you have to do. Yeah, you should probably just pause. But while everybody else is pausing, just like in May 2020, when we opened the MLS, and everybody was putting their house, so many homes going on hold. And Charlie Gruber asked us what we should do. Because he had one of the sickest homes. But it was at a very challenging time. You have to stay 6 feet away from everybody. Can we sell a house right now? I just said, bro, let's do it. Let's give it a shot. I say we put your house on the market right now. We put 462 Costa Mesa Street on the market. And in the middle of COVID, that property became the first home in the history of Costa Mesa to sell over $1,000 a square foot for a home.
That's crazy.
2,000 square feet or more.
Wow.
At
Which
the
was
scariest
insane.
time.
That was the first domino for Eastside Costa Mesa in a series of many huge dominoes.
For us?
Yeah,
for sure.
I think something that it really speaks out to too is like being the outlier. Like we're always the outlier. We're always the one that doing something different. Say there's everyone wants to go off the market, just chill out for the holidays, which is fine, like we've said.
Then go on the market.
Then what will happen if you are that one person that's doing something different? Like for us, we know how our competition is, and we don't even compare ourselves to competition often. But if we do look at it and we think, how can we be better? How can we be outside? How can we be beyond what is our competition? What's that going to do for us?
Well, you know what a powerful way is to set goals and to move forward in a state of fear? Then hit the fear head on and actually go to the worst case scenario. I love going to the worst case scenario. Okay, cool. Let's go to the worst case scenario then. You put your home on the market and it doesn't sell. Then what do you do?
Be okay.
You'll be okay.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay, you buy a house and the interest rate actually doesn't go to 6%. And so it will eventually get there, right? It's funny that we would be stoked on 6% when 6 months ago we were super annoyed at 6% because we were at 4%. Now we would be ecstatic at 6%. So let's say it doesn't get there by summer. Okay, so what does that mean? You're not going to be able to afford your mortgage at 8% in the first place. If you can't afford it right now, then like nothing's gonna change over the span of 6 months. If you can afford it now, then you're gonna be able to afford it then. And so so you spent an extra $8,000 that you weren't planning on. Would that have been better than not buying at all and throwing away $40,000 in rent? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think
the rental market too. It's crazy.
It's pretty crazy.
It's insane.
It's
right
insane.
Now. Yeah. You're seeing over 10 grand in Costa Mesa right now.
That's
so
crazy.
Isn't that insane?
That's crazy.
For
I
a
went and
normal
walked
house.
a 1,400 square foot home in Sunset Beach this morning that is thinking about selling, but they also might rent. And the rent that they would get is $10,000 a month. Wow. That's crazy.
That's insane.
What do you got?
Man, just what like we were talking about earlier, like for me, I've been waking up recently as we're like, what's the date today? November
6th.
November 6th. I think it's just been all of Q4 though, waking up with so much energy just to finish the year strong.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about whether it's like personal goals or goals for your business, like we're seeing a lot of things just in general about how a lot of people are kind of just taking it easy. Holiday season is coming up.
Yeah.
Sellers
What are they doing? Taking it easy.
I don't know. They
Like
work,
if you're
they
in real
work
estate and
hard.
taking it easy, do they
work-
stay home?
I don't know.
I don't know what they're doing.
It's kind of like what we were saying. Like they already ran the first 23 miles
Yeah.
hard, and then they see the
Like,
finish
you're
line.
right there.
They have 3 miles left. They're like, I'm almost there. I'm just gonna.
Wow.
I'm
Just gonna walk it
I'm just
out.
gonna walk
I
this.
want to be that
I'm
person.
gonna enjoy like the views. I don't know. We see the finish line.
Right.
We're like 3 miles left.
Oh, you
Let's
already know.
race.
You already know.
Let's
Hey, if you
race.
run a 5K with me, you might think we're homies
Yeah.
until
Until the last
the
quarter mile.
2.7 mile mark.
Yeah.
We're gonna sprint.
I don't
gonna
know
race.
you.
Yeah.
But that's the energy I've been on. That's the energy that our team has been
Yeah,
on.
for
And I
sure.
think that's the energy that we've been pushing to a lot of our clients who are kind of like looking at us to advise them
Yeah.
in what to do, whether they're buyers or sellers. And we're giving them the same feedback
Yeah.
that we're doing ourselves, which is let's push.
Yes.
Let's finish the year strong. Let's still have a positive mindset regardless of what we're hearing.
Yeah.
And let's see what happens. And I think we've been doing that really well as a team and with our clients, and we're seeing tremendous results already going into the first week of November. So we're really excited to see what happens as we end off the year and really start off next year in a strong note. So I think for a lot of people listening out there, this is the last 6 miles of the marathon. Let's run it really hard.
Yeah.
And let's really see if we can get close to the goals that we have, you know? So
Yeah, exactly.
that's the energy I've been on, and I think that's how we've been as a company.
Right.
And it's been really exciting to see what's come of it and seeing, you know, the feedback of the people that, you know, get to experience it with us. So it's been good.
And let's not get it twisted. It's not about doing things without having thought and intention. When we're
not
working
at
with
all.
a buyer, our job is to help a buyer get the best deal possible.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Get the best deal possible. When working with the seller, our job is like the opposite of what we're trying to do with the buyer.
Yeah. Just get them the most money.
We're
as
trying to get the
possible.
seller the most
Yes.
amount of money possible. And so here's the bottom line. If we can't control the thing that's causing some people to stall, which is the interest rates, can we control helping a buyer get a great deal right now at a price, honestly, lower than when the rates were lower?
Absolutely.
I have a deal right now that I'm in the process of buying myself, that I listed the property for 3.4, expecting to get 3.6 because it's 3,400 square feet, and I just sold something else at $1,100 a square foot, right? And this property is cooler than that property. So if I got this 1,100 a square foot for this, and this is cooler, can I list this at 3.4 and get to 3.6? Hell yeah, absolutely. I put forth everything I had on that property. What I didn't factor in was that the rates were going to change, people were going to pause, but then also there is one fixable issue with the property that I did not take into consideration.
Every single person has
single
said something.
person said, damn, if it just had that.
Yeah.
And that stalled deal after deal, buyer after buyer. We were in escrow twice, and now the home is off the market. There is a dude that I was going to represent who could have bought that home for $2.8 million. I got the offer for $2.8 million, and he pulled out. So now I'm looking at it. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to buy this thing for $2.8 million. I'm going to put the $50K in to fix this thing, and I'm going to turn around and sell that property for at least 3.3. Right? How much is that earning then? $400,000. And this is just one deal.
Yeah.
This is just one deal. There are so many deals to make. On the flip side, if you're the seller, I actually called the seller yesterday and I was like, hey, this is what my plan is. I'm going to flip this. And they were like, I was like, but I got to be honest with you. Why don't you do it?
Yeah. To the seller.
Why don't you do it?
Yeah.
I'll manage it. I'll meet the people. You deserve to make the money. And straight up, they said, because I don't have the time and the energy to. So, because I'm all about my clients winning first. I straight up told my client, why don't you do it?
Yeah.
I'll manage it. I'll meet the people. I was like, shoot, I'll even put the money up for you. It's not about the money. It's just energetically.
Yeah, and it's time.
You guys, buyers, there are a lot of sellers who are like, F it, just get me whatever. Like, get me whatever I can get today. Like, in other words, I'll do whatever I need to do to make this happen today.
Yeah.
And sellers, there is a huge opportunity to market your house properly and not just give your house away. Like, not just give your house away. I do not promote a seller selling their home for the least amount of money possible. Never. If you have time, how much time do I need? I need 3 to 4 weeks to do it well. Yeah. Give me 3 to 4 weeks, and I will show you how to squeeze every single penny possible out of your home and net the absolute most.
Yeah.
So on both sides of the spectrum, if you're a seller or if you're a buyer, you have an opportunity to come up.
Absolutely.
And you have an opportunity to stand out. If you're a real estate agent, you have an even better opportunity to freaking stand out right now.
Oh my gosh.
People are snoozing.
Yes.
So I'm ecstatic.
Yeah, we're fired up over here. I'm excited.
We're lit.
So I guess the overall message, whether you're a realtor, whether you're a buyer, whether you're a seller, going into these next 2 months to wrap out the year.
Pharaoh Monch, Simon Says. This is the part of the podcast, KP. I need you to just add that instrumental of Pharaoh Monch, Simon Says. Don't even worry about playing the clean version. Just add that right now. People just need to hear the dun 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 dun.
That's the vibe right
now.
Yo.
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Here's a reality. Nobody cares about your excuses. Nobody cares about what you're going through. Everybody's too busy going through their own stuff.
Yeah.
If you're going to get motivated, if you're going to accomplish your goals, it's up to you and just you. Get up early. Get in freaking 39-degree temperature, water, cold plunge. Do whatever you need to do. Jump in a lake. Drink some water.
Yeah.
Get fired up. Get yourself around awesome people and go.
That's it.
Yeah. I think the fear that a lot of people let get them is that, it's the end of the year. I just got to finish. I'm just going to,
it's the start of the year.
But it's cyclical. I think people have this weird mental thing of like, the end of the year, it's like the end of a book. But it's not. It's just a whole, you start.
It never stops,
You start. Like most people wait till January 1st to reset and start. But like the energy that you're putting into the end of the year is what directly correlates to the beginning of your next year. So like I think people forget that and it's like they're just tired.
Nah.
They're just like, what?
I don't
just get to the end.
The best quote I think I read over this last week is that in at some point, right, one day your life is gonna flash before your eyes in an instant. Right? I just watched Kaizen's whole life. Alana did so many posts on Instagram this morning. I'm like, am I going to add each of these to my story? 15 years of his life like that. Sheesh. One day your life's going to flash before your eyes. Make sure it's worth watching. Make sure it's worth watching. Who cares about the year?
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Who cares about the month? What does that mean?
Keep going.
Yeah. Turn up right now.
Absolutely.
You have to, because you can't make a profound impact on people if you ain't doing anything awesome. Right? It's not a monetary thing. It's a being thing. I just want to be around people who bring light, who bring energy, who bring experience, who bring game. Whatever that game is. You know what I mean? Bring it. Be the highest level version of yourself right now.
Absolutely.
Don't waste any time. I'm going to get my start in January. What the hell is going to happen in January? Start today, November 6th. So on that note, let's talk about doing something awesome.
Oh, man.
Let's talk about what's going down on November the 18th.
18th. Run Club number 4?
5.
5?
If you're not at this next Run Club, I don't want to know you.
This next run club.
You're not my friend.
This is the one.
Oh my god.
You're just not. If you're not at the next run club,
you better show up.
You're a bad person.
Oh, I was sick. Oh, I had a prior commit. Cancel it.
Cancel it all. We're telling you guys early enough. Yeah, we're telling you guys early enough. November 18th.
If you're not here, lose my number.
We got beef.
Unfollow me. We have a problem. Get off of the sidelines.
This runs
and show up.
Yeah, we want everyone there.
The 18th.
What's special about this one?
It's for the kids, man.
It's for the kids.
Bring a toy.
Basically, you're like a bad person also.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't care about children.
If you don't come to the run club, you hate kids.
That's so jacked up, man.
It's not the type of person I want to hang out with.
Yeah.
Okay,
in
all seriousness.
Yeah, in all
hopefully
seriousness.
You can make it.
Yeah, in Thanksgiving theme.
And ideally, you do bring a toy.
Yeah. Thanksgiving's about being grateful and giving back. So we're hosting a toy drive.
I went to this thing called Seneca. One of my past clients, they're a part of this thing called Seneca, Seneca. And I just got really, man, you know, it's really crazy how many foster kids are in just Orange County. Mm. You look at Orange County, you think about like Irvine and Newport and Laguna and all these beautiful places. And yes, there are kids who are going through, especially right now, man. It's tough to even be on social media with what's happening in the world right now. It's honestly so painful to watch. And there's kids in our own backyard. I'm compelled to make an impact, as much of an impact as we can, starting closest to home. And there's just a lot of kids who are in need right now. Yeah. There's a lot of kids without parents. There's a lot of kids who are going through it, and what a bummer time to not feel the love when so much of the world is there opening presents and whatnot. So I just wanted to do what we can to bring some love to the world and in our area, and I hope everybody does the same thing in your area, wherever you're at. Yeah. Seattle, Detroit, Florida. We've got a bunch of listeners in Guam. It's incredible. Wherever you're at, do something in this season right now to make an impact and to give back in whatever capacity you're compelled to do.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just start a podcast and, you know, talk positive. I don't know. I follow that one dude who, it's so insane to watch this guy because of his following and how much he's able to raise like instantly. Who is that account?
Who?
Oh my gosh, bro.
What's his name? Is it Daniel something?
I don't know.
Well, anyways, here's what one thing I want to say about the Run Club is.
If you don't show up, I don't want to know you.
Yeah, if you don't show up, number one,
just don't follow.
You're never going to be this guy's friend, which
I'm
is
not
kind
kidding.
of unfortunate.
I am going to look at every single person who lives in OC and even LA. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're an agent at KASE and you're not here at the Run Club,
it needs to be mandatory.
I'm going to make you go to a different brokerage.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, if you're here at KASE, you got to come. But here's what I got to say. I think one of the most valuable and important things in life are relationships, right? And even more so, incredible, genuine, positive, uplifting relationships.
Yeah.
Knowing and having a relationship with someone who inspires you, who's a positive person, who's kind, who's empathetic, who has a big heart,
who pushes you.
I think that's
who pushes you to be better.
Yeah. And I think that's a relationship that everyone craves. And sometimes people are like, well, how do I meet those people? Or like, how do I come in contact with someone who's going to be like my lifelong friend, you know? I'll tell you guys right now, you're in luck.
Yeah, you're in luck.
We bring together an incredible group of people.
That's dope.
If you show up to our run at 7 a.m., you're going to meet other people who are inspiring.
Yeah, and it's nobody negative.
Yeah,
showing
no
up to
one
a
negative.
Run at 7 a.m.
Yes, no.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think every single person that has attended the past 4 run clubs has left meeting one new person. I promise it. Yeah. And you leave really positive. You leave super, super happy. So I know a lot of people out there are like, it's uncomfortable to show up to something that I'm not a part of. I don't know the KASE
We're
crew.
doing that for you. We're doing this for you.
You know, but I think like some of the common thoughts is like, I don't want to run around other people who might be faster than me, or I don't necessarily know like all the people at KASE. Like I might show up and no one's going to talk to me. I promise you guys, it's the complete opposite of that. We are extremely welcoming. We want every single person out there to come.
It should be more like KASE Jog Club.
Yeah, it's just
we should
like
change the name to KASE Brisk Walk Club.
Just like KASE Hangout, honestly.
It really is.
That's what I gotta say. I want to encourage everyone to come.
Yeah.
Because if Kyle's not here, I'm kicking him off the team.
Kyle better
what
show
is Kyle
up.
doing on Sunday mornings?
Come on, bro.
Dodgy
doing
too.
on a Sunday? Like,
Come
what are
on,
these guys
bro.
doing?
Saturday
Saturday
better
morning.
get
But-
up, bro. Dude, that article you were talking about was really
and
interesting.
the New York Times just wrote an article.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of funny, but it said that something along the lines of the run clubs are the new bars.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, Santa Monica Run Club, Koreatown Run Club, you have
Yeah.
Newport Beach Run Club, you have KASE Run Club.
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons why it's becoming so popular is like, instead of, nothing wrong with like obviously going out, having drinks and like socializing, but I also think when you come to something in the morning and you're doing like a physical activity and you're sweating and then like
and it's healthy.
And it's healthy and like obviously your dopamine and adrenaline is like through the roof.
Yeah.
Obviously you're gonna want to meet someone who's doing the same thing. So it's a great way to meet people. It's a great way to have fun.
Yeah.
November 18th is our 5th run club.
Woo!
It's Thanksgiving themed. We're anticipating 500 plus people. So you're gonna have no issues meeting new people.
Bring a toy.
Bring a toy. Come have awesome food. We're gonna have tons of vendors there. Earth Bar,
that's crazy.
Mind Right, Dry Water, a ton of stuff. So it's gonna be fun. I hope to see you guys all there.
Pull up.
Pull up. That's all I gotta say.
That's it, man. And unfollow me if you don't.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
I'm done.
So
that's awesome, man. We got some other stuff cooking, right? What are some of the other things that we have cooking that we're supposed to talk about? Oh, this was crazy. So there's only so many times that I could say no, right? No, I'm not doing that right now. No, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that right now. When it's kind of weird because I feel like I have spent 50% of my life being a coach and 50% of my life being an agent, right? And for me, I have to like always compartmentalize all the different things that I do. And one of the things that I honestly miss is the coaching. Over the last couple years, I don't really do any kind of coaching outside of what's for our company and our team. And I miss it. And so what sparked this really is I got invited to speak at an event called Forward with Neil Holm. And these are like coaching companies, and that's what they do. And it's like, when you're put in this environment and you see people being coached and you're in this environment with all these people from all different walks of life who are just improving, I naturally am like, I need to do more of that.
Yeah.
And so we are starting a mastermind. The first one, like, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this thing, besides the fact that I want to encourage people to the best of my abilities how to grow, how to excel, how to implement the 7 equities. It is going to be real estate heavy, but you don't actually have to be an agent to be in it.
Got it.
All I know is that the last 23 years, I have spent a lot of time, a lot of energy learning and studying and practicing personally the art of real estate. And it feels silly to me to only keep that within KASE. So this Wednesday is going to be the first time in a while where I'm opening up a mastermind group to the public, and there's no cost to it.
That's so
right?
awesome.
I'm just going to open this thing up. I don't know if I'm going to do it for 3 weeks. I don't know if I'm going to do it for 12 weeks, but it's free this Wednesday, and I'm introducing various topics of how to step into the luxury market, time management. I have 12 different topics that I'm breaking down. So I'm super stoked. Like, when I say I'm going to do something and then I take some action towards it, what I notice is I either have a little bit of like friction and resistance around it, or I just have mass inspiration. And if I have friction and resistance to it, I'll stay in that zone for a little bit, but many times I'll end up putting that off to the side.
Yeah.
When I have nothing but inspiration and ideas coming to my mind, then I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
And I am super, super, super lit and inspired about the opportunity to share with the real estate industry right now, especially in this season.
Yeah.
I'm hearing too much whack noise, and I need to do my part to push some inspo and fire and abundance-minded thoughts about what I'm experiencing in the real estate industry, because I'm not experiencing what I hear and see out there. I'm experiencing breakthroughs. I'm experiencing seeing agents on my team like Steven, first year rocking with me at 40 million close. Yeah. I'm experiencing brand new agents like Viv, who prior to working with us had not sold a home over $1 million. I've watched her sell 2 homes above $8 million.
Crazy.
Like, I'm seeing a whole different side of things, and I want to share that with people. So this Wednesday, 9:30.
That's exciting.
Show up, send the email or the thing, swipe up, do whatever you need to do, and we'll make sure that you have the details.
That's dope. Sometimes I wonder, like, I don't know. I've only known KASE, so I've only have heard like positive coaching, like uplifting coaching. Like sometimes I'm like, I wonder how it is out there.
Sucks.
I'm sure it does.
I've been there.
So
sucks, bro. I've been there.
It's not like that here. I know that,
dude.
So
it is scary out there. I've worked for like 7 different companies to the point where I was just like, I'm out of here. I am out of here.
Yeah, that's a general consensus that it's not fun.
Yeah.
We open up our doors on Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. to other people who, it's always rad when like, and we've been having a bunch of people like step into the KASE environment recently, and we're opening other offices, but it's so crazy. Like when you don't know, right? You were at Chase Bank before.
Yeah.
So KASE is all you know.
Yeah.
When we have other people who have like been agents at these other places, they come to like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So is Wednesday online or in person or?
Well, we do our Wednesday 8:30 thing. So if you're an agent and you're listening to this, just so you know, like shoot me a DM. If you're not a total weirdo, then I'll probably invite you to come to our office at 8:30 on Wednesday if you're local. But 9:30 is the big Zoom mastermind. There's like already a couple hundred people registered for it. So.
Sick.
Let's go. What else we got popping, KP?
That's the big one.
That's it.
We got Next Door.
Next Door's going
Next Door's
off.
That's super cool.
KP and I had a mastermind about project mindset recently that I'm so stoked about. Came up with a new logo. He came up with, he's like, what about a number 7? I was like, yeah, number 7s look fresh. And then we started to play with like shapes in the number 7. And I think that's all we're going to say about it right now. But I'm really, we got out the crayons, bro. And so
creative with it.
Yeah, I'm really, really hyped on this new revamp of project mindset. Yeah, I'm super stoked.
Can't wait for the office.
Oh yeah, I'm speaking in San Diego. When am I speaking in San Diego?
On Thursday.
This Thursday?
This Thursday?
Holy smokes! This Thursday? I'm speaking in San Diego this Thursday.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Y'all better be there.
Dang, pull up. All right, guys. Anything else you guys want to say?
No, that's it. Let's get to work.
What areas do you sell real estate in?
Basically from the border of the top of California to the border of the bottom of California.
Wow.
Yeah.
So basically,
California.
Washington,
California. Yeah.
Right? To TJ.
Basically, yeah.
Crazy. And soon to be Oahu.
Yeah.
For our friends in Oahu, stay tuned because we're working on something very special just for y'all with my dude Kemohai and some other really rad people. Feel really compelled to just continue connecting. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that we just love the island and we're constantly there. So can't wait. Lot of awesome things in the works.
Lots of cool stuff.
And I'm serious. If I don't see you on the 18th, I don't know why we know each other.
Yeah.
So
November 18th.
Better
Save
pull
the date,
up.
please. 7 a.m.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sick.
Love
the most
y'all.
incredible way to start your morning.
It really is. Stay focused. Stay inspired. We'll talk to y'all soon.
See you guys next week.
Peace.